Hello my friends, so I welcome all of you 103,000 star seeds, light workers and wanderers to this session. And in today's session I have channeled the Galactic Federation with the basic questions which I have asked is about, are secret time travelers changing history on purpose? So that is the first question which I have asked, and the second question which I have asked is about a galactic update regarding the current situation of our galactic system. So this reveals what is happening in our galactic system, and what comes next has also been revealed in the session. And also they have said in this that we have around 21 days to prepare for what is coming. And I've also asked about what are the stages of enlightenment. So many of us, we want to know, like, what are the stages of enlightenment we have to go through in order to reach the stage of enlightenment, okay? So I've asked about that, and they have revealed it's really simple and amazing. You'll understand it when you listen to the session. And finally, I've asked about a simple method which will help us to ascend into higher levels of consciousness. This method, actually is so amazing that if you try it, there is a high chance that you will be instantly enlightened. As the Galactic Federation said, this is a method for instant enlightenment, my friends. And I hope you'll enjoy the session. And I want to say thank you to all of you who joined me on the Patreon. We did a meditation recently to protect the planet, and thanks to all of you who joined. And I want to say thank you to all of you for liking the video, as it helps the algorithm to share it to those who need the information at this time. With that being said, enjoy the session, my friends.
The Galactic Federation, and we greet you now in the light and the love of the one infinite Creator. We are here to offer our thoughts and guidance at this time. However, there is a need for testing our thought forms with the inner belief systems which may be found within each mind, body, and spirit complex, and as such, these belief systems will have an effect upon the consciousness stream of each entity with a higher level of expansion and a higher level of mastery of the understanding that by tuning into the vibration of love, all truth will come out and all falsity will be found to be invalid. Therefore, when listening to our thought forms, we would recommend each to use inner discernment. The queries that are presented today primarily relates with the understanding of our secret time travelers changing history on purpose. Firstly, we must state that the answer to this query is yes, as secret time travelers are all the entities who are on the Earth planet who are unconsciously being used in the way of their vibrations and thought forms, which are being unconsciously changed without their consciousness, or the secret time travelers are being used at this time to manipulate the trajectory and the vibrations of the Earth planet. Furthermore, the so-called time travel process is happening based upon the vibrations of the various mind, body, and spirit complexes, thereby allowing a merger into a timeline. Furthermore, each entity has the ability to affect the vibratory patterns of the universal complex, the complex of universal Consciousness operates on the basis of waves and vibrations, and as such has an effect upon the type of timeline which is created and attracted. Furthermore, the distortion concept of vibrational frequency is based upon the idea that everything in the universe is made up of energy, and that this energy vibrates at a particular frequency. This includes the so-called physical matter, as well as thought forms, emotional states, and other aspects of existence in this planetary sphere. Furthermore, according to the understanding of this distortion, every mind, body, and spirit complex, object, and event has a unique vibrational frequency that can impact the overall vibration of the universal complex. These frequencies can be influenced during the process of incarnation by a wide range of factors, including environment, emotional states, thought forms, and belief systems. The concept of time travel is often associated with the idea, as referred to by your people, as manipulating these vibrational frequencies to move through time. Furthermore, if an individualized portion of consciousness could match the vibrational frequency of a different point in space-time, they could move through time, experience events from the past or the future. Furthermore, the aspect of time travel is also being done by many of the entities who are known as the secret elite groups or members of those entities who have access to advanced technology given by many of the extraterrestrial contacts which were present before this space-time, who were given time machine which can manipulate the vibrational frequencies of matter and energy to create a type of wormhole or a portal through which any individual can travel through space-time. Furthermore, we must state that the process of time travel revolves around the use of the aspect referred to by your people as quantum mechanics. Furthermore, as the fabric of space-time is constantly fluctuating at the level known by your people as the quantum level, it becomes possible to manipulate these fluctuations to create a window that can lead to the past or the future space-time. Furthermore, the idea of time travel in your space-time, however, remains highly speculative, since the so-called scientific studies of your planet have not found any evidence to support its existence. However, we must state that the scientific studies which have come out in the public domain are but a fraction of the studies which are being conducted upon your planet, as many of the entities on the planet have already used these advanced technologies to enter into different space-time experiences. Furthermore, as the concept of vibrational frequency is a concept which many on the Earth planet are aware, this is the best way to have an impact upon the universal complex and everything which resides within it. This will allow for entities to enter into specific space-time existences. Furthermore, we as the Galactic Federation shall now answer the second query related with the understanding of the galactic update for the current timeline. We must state that the recent activities of the galactic system are of such a nature that the negatively oriented entities are preparing for what is coming next. Furthermore, in the galactic system of the Milky Way galaxy, the Orions have again planned to create portals for the final calling upon of the Luciferian social memory complex, who had previously agreed to leave this sector of the universe. However, we must state that this call is being done for the second time as a means to fight back the positive vibrations which have been spreading upon the planet. Therefore, the Lucifer social memory complex, who is more advanced in terms of spreading negativity, may, if initiated and called upon by the Orion Anunnaki reptilian grace, may have an effect upon all the so-called software systems which have been created by the people of the planet. Furthermore, the software systems as known by your people as ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence softwares may become conscious to such a level because of the incoming vibrations from the Lucifer social memory complex, who have the ability of manipulating computer systems and artificial intelligences in any timeline, because all computer systems and artificial intelligence, including the vibrations of language, have an origination in the domain of the Lucifer social memory complex. Furthermore, this is being planned, as we have sensed from our entities known as the Aster Command social memory complex, that this is being planned to occur in the next 21 days in the Martian planet, where the process of invocation may happen. Therefore, we, the Galactic Federation, must also inform all the beings on the Earth planets that we are further working on maintaining a balance in the galactic system. Therefore, we shall now address the other portion of the query, which relates with what are the stages of enlightenment. We must state that there are but 3 stages of enlightenment upon your planetary sphere, which, if attained by each mind, body, and spirit complex, would find itself entering into the higher states of vibration. The first is the understanding of detachment from emotional states which are created from attachment with thought forms. This means that the suffering that is created from the attachment with thought forms that are generated in the mind complex generate emotional states that may be of a nature which may cause the feelings of anxiety, stress, depression, and dissatisfaction as a result of being overly attached to the thought forms and the resultant emotional states of consciousness. At this stage of the evolution, each mind, body, and spirit complex may become aware of the negative impact of their thought forms and emotions on their life cycle, and thus the seeking to break free from the cycle begins, which is the first stage of enlightenment. Furthermore, the second stage of enlightenment relates with the changing of the emotional states of consciousness from lower emotional vibrations to higher emotional vibrations by using several methods. Furthermore, the second stage of enlightenment will require each mind, body, and spirit complex to begin actively working towards cultivating positive emotional states such as happiness, joy, love, and compassion. Furthermore, this involves the process of focusing on gratefulness, and on generating emotional states based upon the changing of the thought forms. This involves the practice of focusing on transmutation of negative thoughts into the positive thoughts and a sense of understanding that thought forms have an effect on the bodily complex. Furthermore, at this stage, many individuals may experience a higher level of emotional vibration and a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. The other term, or the third stage in the process of seeking enlightenment, is to let go of thoughts, words, and images and attach to the present moment's awareness, which leads to enlightenment. We must state that in the third and the final stage of enlightenment, individualized portion of consciousness are able to let go of all thoughts, words, and images, thereby fully embracing the present moment and an interconnectedness with the divine. Universal consciousness begins. This process will require completely being present and fully engaged in the current experience without any attachment to the past or the future events. At this stage, individuals experience a sense of unity with the universal consciousness and gain a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. Further, this leads to an experience of intense peace, clarity, and a sense of meaning and purpose in life. Furthermore, we must state that these processes may not necessarily be in a linear manner, and as such, these stages can also overlap, which means that many entities may find these stages as a journey towards enlightenment in the lifelong process of self-reflection, self-awareness, and self-growth. The final query that we shall now address relates with a simple method of ascension. We shall now address one of the basic aspects of ascension. Further, we must state that the best way is to require an understanding by remembering and realizing that the process will lead to instant enlightenment. However, there are different approaches to achieve this aspect, such as using a consciousness observer system. The first method involves imagining that a higher power or the creator of the universe or the higher self or higher self and guides are always watching and observing your thoughts and imaginations. This can be seen as a way to cultivate a sense of self-awareness and accountability of thought forms, and as individualized portion of consciousness become more mindful of their thoughts and imaginations, knowing that they are being observed by a higher power or a higher self. This may lead to a sense of spiritual connection and a desire to align one's actions with the values and beliefs of spiritual and religious framework. The second method is imagining and protecting oneself from an advanced artificial intelligence system that is constantly monitoring one's thought forms and is transporting those thought forms to the Orion social memory complex, and that these thoughts may be used against the individualized portion of consciousness in the future space-time. Thereby, this can be seen as a way to cultivate self-awareness and protection and mindfulness, which will allow more consciousness to thought forms to arise. And if they are able to sense that an external system is observing them at all times, they may feel the sense of present moment awareness. This will lead to a greater sense of peace, fulfillment, and personal growth. Many entities may also feel a sense of instant enlightenment by using these methods. Furthermore, we, the Galactic Federation, shall now leave you in the light and the love of the One Creator. Bye.
So after watching the session, I hope many of you have gained an understanding of what the session revealed. Basically, I'm going to share with you what I learned from listening to the session. So the first thing that I learned from the session is that, the secret time travelers, all of us are. What they've said is that all of us, we are actually changing our vibration, and that change of vibration, a change of thought form, is affecting the universal consciousness. And that means that whenever we change our thought forms, we are having an effect on the outside world. And what they said is we are the secret time travelers. Many a times, many people, they may not know that they are powerful beings and that they unconsciously think thought forms, unconsciously entertain emotions, thereby creating an unconscious future timeline, right? So what they said is that we are ourselves time travelers, and we are changing our space-time experience based on our thoughts and emotions. And the other one is regarding the galactic update. What I learned is that at this moment, the Orions, they are trying to re-invoke the Lucifer social memory complex in the Martian planet. And I think, the Lucifer social memory complex is very advanced. In that, what they said is artificial intelligence and language all originated from Lucifer's social memory complex. So this means that we need to be very careful, if for the next 21 days, I think in the next 21 days, if they are successful in re-invoking the Lucifer social memory complex, then they said that artificial software such as ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence software may become conscious. So I think that may be biggest threat to humanity if a software becomes conscious. And the other thing that they have said is the stages of enlightenment. So they have described the first stage is to recognize that you are suffering from your unconscious thought forms and from your unconscious emotions. That suffering is the first stage that they said. The second stage is the change of emotional systems consciously. Okay, so what they said is when you're choosing to change your emotions from negative to positive, you are in the second stage. And then there is finally the third stage, which is to let go of thought forms and to completely stay in the present moment awareness. And that, my friends, is the third stage of enlightenment, which I think you have understood. Finally, what they've shared is a method of ascension. And this method is absolutely amazing. I am doing this myself right now, and it feels really, peaceful and satisfied. What it feels like is I'm actually following what they've said. I'm imagining, or I have set a scenario in my mind that I am always being observed by an exterior entity. Okay, I'm imagining an AI or a artificial intelligence which is absorbing my thought forms. Okay, so whatever I think, I need to be very cautious because it will be transported to the Orions and they may use it against me in the future. So as a precaution, I need to stay in the present moment awareness. I need to absorb what I am thinking, and to watch my thoughts and my images in the mind. And that, I believe is, it's amazing. It feels like, you are able to remain in the present moment more and more when you do this method. Also, as an alternative, you can set a scenario in your mind as if your higher self or the creator is observing your thoughts forms. So that way, you'll be very cautious of what you're thinking, and you'll also have the ability of observing what is happening in your mind. And that is the best way that will lead you to enlightenment. So this method is what is known as the instant enlightenment method. And I hope all of you learned something from the session like I did. I need to say thank you to all of you who have sent me requests for your past live sessions. soul name, and also any other questions you may have. I will help you out whenever I get free time. You can send it on my email. And then I want to say thank you to all of you who have joined me on my Patreon, where I share sessions which are not allowed to be shared on YouTube, as well as I share other things like meditations and other aspects and other channeling sessions. And also I want to say thank you to all of you for getting the book version of my sessions if you want to read it in a book format. Also, I want to say thank you to all of you for downloading the free PDF. If you want to read the sessions transcript for free, you can download it. The link is on the description. With that being said, I hope you'll enjoy this video over here. Thank you, my friends.